NASCAR, fully known as the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, is an American body that each year sanctions over 1,500 competitions in North America, Mexico, and Europe. Since its inception in 1948, the major focus of the contest was to test pilot skills rather than allow engineers decide the fate of the race through modifications to the cars themselves. Therefore, all the teams drive nearly identical platforms, and for the 2022 season, this will be the new 7th generation Cup cars dubbed Next Gen. Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota are among the participating OEMs, and in this episode, we'll demonstrate to you the trio of newcomers. Since they share the same changes, each slide will be additionally dedicated to a specific technological aspect of the race car. So subscribe to Automotive Territory Daily News, and let's start the engines. NASCAR Mustang for performance, body, and aerodynamics. The major requirement for the bodywork of the next-gen NASCAR racers was to go back to the looks of the production models that they were named after. The bodies become symmetrical, since the protruded passenger side that used to increase side force is no longer legal. Secondly, sheet metal won't be used for the body panels and is being replaced with carbon fiber reinforced plastic that is more durable, cheaper to maintain, and can take a beating during minor collisions on the track. The wheelbase remained unchanged, but dimensional adjustments include 1.6 inches width increase, 6 inches were shed in length, and 1.5 in height. To compensate for the aerodynamic changes, a larger front splitter and a deeper rear diffuser were installed. In the Ford Mustang's case, the design of the new model was handled by Dearborn Design. For the Toyota Camry TRD, it was Kelty Design, and in Chevy's case, in-house motorsports designers worked alongside their racing teams. Toyota TRD Camry Next Gen, chassis and wheels. In the previous NASCAR generations, race shops would develop their own tube frames from raw steel tubing. But for the next-gen units, this was monopolized by the Michigan-based Technique Inc., who will provide all of the frames. The new structure now consists of a common central cage with bolts-on front and rear substructures. The previously used solid rear axle is replaced with an independent rear suspension, plus NASCAR joint efforts with Öhlins to provide four-way adjustable dampers to all four corners. Ancient steel 15-inch wheels are swapped for the aluminum 18-inchers supplied by BBS. The size increase allowed to install bigger brakes, 15 inches front and 14 at the rear. Plus, the 5 lug nuts per wheel are going into the oblivion, being replaced by a giant central lock nut. The latter upgrade will make the wheel change much faster, but far less dramatic. The new wheels will be wearing Goodyear Eagle Race rubber with a 365mm section width. Chevy Next Gen Camaro CL1 Drivetrain. When it comes to the drivetrain, the changes were more subtle. NASCAR did require the next generation platform to be designed with the future hybridization and electrification in mind. But for now, the 5.87-liter pushrod naturally aspirated V8 engine remains the heart and soul of the racers. It makes 550 horsepower for the restrictor plate races, while on all the other tracks, its full 670 horsepower potential can be unleashed. The old 4-speed gearbox was replaced with a 5-speed sequential transaxle by X-Track, and engineers promise no downshifting at high speeds. Sadly, the new exhaust system had to be modified, and each of the 4-cylinder pairs shall be exhaling through its own pipe, which might compromise the glorious engine sound heard by the spectators. It is time to get excited about this pure motorsports festival, since the entire trio of NASCAR racers is scheduled to debut in February 2022 at Daytona International Speedway. What NASCAR team will you be supporting during the 2022 racing season? Would you like the sport to be embraced in your country as well? Let's talk this over in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Automotive Territory Daily News, and ring the bell not to miss the upcoming episodes. More informative automotive content is waiting for you beyond the links on the screen. We'll see ya!